Hello everyone. This week's lesson is on presentation. Now, I think all of you will agree that it is important to develop some effective presentation skills. And regardless whether you are a teacher or not, but especially if you are a teacher, because you need to give presentations not only as in the classrooms, but also to parents and in different meetings and even right now as college students, you need to give a lot of presentations. And so this week's lesson will hopefully to give you some quick instructions and help, and so that you can be more effective in your presentations. And you'll have a presentation, a big presentation in your CPSC 410 class that will be coming up. And so this lesson will also help you prepare for that. And if you come to the class website, I have go through a lot of different presentation training videos online, and I've identified a couple. Both of them are very short, but they are very straightforward and quite effective. And I ask you to go through that, and especially this first one, they have briefly talk about 10 points that you should consider when you're developing your PowerPoint presentation. And in our assignments, you are not required to use PowerPoint. You are actually required to use Google presentation. But if you feel more comfortable in using PowerPoint, you can use PowerPoint first and then convert it to Google presentation. But I do hold you to these different design skills that it has introduced, except the reverse type, because you may or may not use that, and also integrating media. You will have to integrate one type of media, which is your intervention video. But other than that, the use of other type of media is optional. Okay, but other principles are important, and I do want to see these principles being used in your presentation slides. And then this other video talk about 3 key considerations that you should keep in mind as you are developing your presentations. And oftentimes when I look at some of the past presentations that students have done, they really have not consider these 3 things that have been introduced here. They present it in a way that is kind of like, it doesn't really matter whether there's an audience or not, or who the audience is. They just go ahead and give the information about the reports. But a presentation is not only about giving information about your reports, but it is something that is supposed to be convincing to your audience, help informing them. And you have a very short period of time. You have only 7 minutes, and you need to help convey all the key points of your report and help them understand why what your report is about and why it is important. Okay, so consider these 3 things. And you are welcome to go to Google and look up some additional information that relates to providing an effective presentation. And here is a training that I find to be quite useful. Okay, now your assignment is to create that presentation and put it in a presentation page of your website. Okay, just call it presentation, and then you need to embed that Google presentation into this page, and your presentation should have the video. Now, some of your intervention videos may be a little bit longer, and that you may not want to just play right from the beginning because of the limited presentation time that you have. And here I have a tutorial that teaches you how you can put your video, like queue up your video to a certain point, and then when you click it, it will start right there in that certain point rather than right from the beginning. Okay. And again, I expect to see those design principles that are being used in your slides, and I also will I'll work with Professor Monk, Joanne Monk, and monitor your actual presentation and try to see if you are also applying those three principles, three keys that are addressed above. And so that's basically the requirements. Oh, one more thing: if you have used pictures and other copyrighted materials, be sure to give the proper credit at a credit page of your slides, and so that people know where those copyrighted materials come from. Okay, and I hope that the skills that you learn from this lesson will be useful in your future presentations too.